flannel shorts and an oversized t-shirt and had nothing to do
I'm not addressing every situation. There are women out there.
Give me a situation.
There are women out there who sleep with a man. It's fully consensual. They're both sober.
How do you know?
And then
have you been a victim of this?
No, I just read an
article
this morning
where
this woman did that. They had consensual sex.
Yeah, I know several people who claim that. I know several people who have claimed that.
See, you're narrow-minded to say that there isn't stuff like that.
There's a lot of sex.
It's time for this sign to go bye-bye. Gonna walk it back to my car. Hopefully nobody will notice because I see people out here putting signs in and taking them out all the time. So, weight loss for youth. Healthy lifestyle changes. Of course, if they were really healthy, then you wouldn't care about weight loss. That wouldn't even be on the sign. So, I'm going to consider this hate speech and take it down as an act of protest. So, all right, so now it's time to do the letters. And that's the finished product. Give the gift of no diets. Alright, so, well, that's the bad side, but we're ready to go put our sign out by a nice heavy intersection now. So, it's a great time to do this right before Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. Lots of diets, New Year's resolutions, how many resolutions have you made to, oh, this year I'm going to lose weight, or this year I'm not going to gain any weight, or this year I'm going to get in better shape, meaning this year you want to lose weight. It's a nice place to put a sign. So, I'm just going to stick it in the ground there. It's maybe not stuck quite right. There we go. Now it's stuck right. And that's it. Happy holidays. And to everyone who doesn't celebrate holidays.
Mr. Kendall, I need to ask you a favor. Not really a favor, just like... Mr. Kendall, I worked on the Padstow team, actually, and we won the business. I mean, just helped. Okay, Lucy. Casual. Bobby, how's it going? You're looking great. That tie is super sick. Todd makes more than I do, and he's only worked here for 2 years. I'm also a really great leader. Really have things...
Do it.
Secret, stress tested for women.
Today, we will be reading an original slam poem called A Day in the Life of a Third World Woman Living in America. I woke up this morning and my father told me, "Good morning, sweetheart."
Sweetheart?
Sweetheart is a derogatory, sexist, racist, homophobic term created by the patriarchy. The constant control that they have over our lives, telling us how our morning should go, stabbing me like a knife in the chest. His words are like a dark cloud that's blocking the sun, and I am a flower and I am unable to grow because I am not a man. And at my patriarchal and oppressive workplace, I told my misogynistic, patriarchal, demeaning, condescending, sexist, and worst of all, male boss, that I had to leave early today. And he told me in a demeaning tone, "This is your 5th time this week leaving early. And I told that ignorant slug, I earn 77 cents for every dollar a man makes, and you have the nerve to tell me what to do? You are not the boss of me. And in that moment, I realized I don't need a job. I can take care of myself. I realized that men in power will always try to oppress me. I realized that I don't deserve this life. And you know what? I quit that job. And now I'm a self-reliant, independent, strong woman.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Reaction.
I love this case. Ann Lena Dunham, who accused a man, Barry, of rape in her book. Now Random House has withdrawn that claim, is paying all of Barry's legal fees. You know, I'm
hoping not to get sued.
Yeah, and everyone has taken down the UVA story. Slate has had a number of great pieces on it, the Washington Post. Richard Bradley was the first one, I think, to take it apart. But I've noticed that in almost all of them, they keep saying, well, this story is a hoax, but it shouldn't detract from the epidemic of rape going on college campuses. Well, if we're drowning in this epidemic of rape on college campuses, why are all the cases they keep giving us hoaxes? Could they give us a real one? And in fact, what it illustrates is an epidemic of false claims of rape. This nonsense that Obama repeats about 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 women on college campuses being raped. I mean, it's madness. Think of how many
you're not minimizing the brutality.
People who work here. No, they are minimizing it. A rape is a serious claim.
Yeah.
The idea that 1 in 4 are raped is preposterous. It comes from a ridiculous study that found that 1.7% of women would be raped at college, and but their definition of rape extended to being harassed to have rape with someone, you know, talking angrily to a woman, not appreciating her work fully. No, a rape is a rape. Knock it off with the, I felt like I was under pressure and he asked me to do something I didn't want to do. That doesn't count. What they did was they multiplied by 20 on the grounds that women are in college for 2 semesters each year, and then plus most people take 5 years to graduate. So they took the 1.7, included the I was spoken harshly to as constituting rape, and multiplied by 20. But the serious studies of false allegations. There was one of 1,000 men on an Air Force base over about 9 years. They found 47% of the allegations of rape were false. In 27% of the cases, the women retracted it entirely. Another study of a big Midwestern city, they studied it over, I think, about 4 or 5 years, and it was a small enough town that cops could really get into it and investigate. They found 41% of allegations of rape were false. And what is being done on these college campuses to young men trying to start their careers? There was a Yale kid, he's in first year at Harvard Law, so in the end, I guess you could say things worked out. He lost his, on the basis of an allegation from his ex-girlfriend that he had raped her. He was never told the accusation against him. There was no investigation. He had his Rhodes Scholarship taken away. He lost a spot on an NFL football team. His summer employer dropped the offer. And I mean, we have 2,000 years of Anglo-Saxon law, and now the feminists come into college campuses and, oh no, an ex-girlfriend just out of revenge can make an accusation against you. We have Dunham, we have UVA, we have the Duke lacrosse case, Tawana Brawley. I mean, that started it all with, that was in a college case, but a false claim of rape. And in the Nation magazine, somebody wrote, well, it doesn't matter if it's true in this case. It's true in so many cases.